Every morning you rise is a blank page in the story of your success. Every morning, Sir Pays, the world has not yet spoken, but your mind has. And what you allow into your mind in that sacred first hour will determine the quality of every opportunity, every response, and every result you encounter throughout the day. Success is not summoned by luck. It is summoned by rhythm, by discipline, by the inner command you give yourself before the sun fully rises. Each morning, before the noise, before the world makes its demands, go inward. Sit in silence. Close your eyes and speak the truth of your desire, not as a request, but as a fact. Say it with certainty. I am successful. I am prepared. I attract the right people and the right moments. This is not fantasy. It is a declaration. Your subconscious does not argue. It receives. Well, next, express gratitude, not for what you want, but for what you already have. Gratitude opens the channel. It tells life, I am ready to receive more because I respect what I have. A grateful heart is never poor. It is rich with awareness, and that richness multiplies into results. Now visualize. Not a vague dream, but a vivid image. See yourself walking through your ideal day. Shake hands with opportunity. Smile at the results already earned. Feel the success that you would feel if it were already yours, because in truth, it is. The law of life does not give you what you hope for. It gives you what you assume. SLE. Every single day, repeat this ritual. Not once. Not sometimes. Every morning. Because the mind, like soil, will grow weeds unless you plant intention. Success is not in the hustle alone. It is in the harmony between belief, emotion, and consistent thought. The world bends to the individual who has trained their mind to command reality. So begin each morning as the master, not the servant. Set your tone, anchor your belief, and step into your day already aligned with the outcome you desire. The first hour of the morning dictates the direction of your entire day. Why? Because in that quiet hour, before the world begins to pull you in every direction, you hold the reins of your mind with the strongest grip. It is the time when your thoughts are most impressionable, your emotions most balanced, and your energy unclaimed by external forces. What you do, think, and feel in those opening moments becomes the mental blueprint for how the rest of the day unfolds. If you wake with intention, clarity, and confidence, you give your day a structure that reflects power and purpose. But if you begin with distraction, chaos, or negativity, you invite the same energies to multiply. The morning is not just a moment, it is a foundation. Build it strong, and your entire day becomes a reflection of that strength. What you plant in your mind each morning becomes the harvest of your life. Every thought you entertain at the start of your day is a seed, one that will grow and shape the reality you walk into. If you plant thoughts of confidence, purpose, and gratitude, you will reap clarity, action, and abundance. But if you begin with fear, doubt, or comparison, those seeds will sprout into anxiety, hesitation, and missed opportunities. The mind is a garden, and it does not discriminate. It grows whatever is sown with feeling and repetition. Morning is when the soil of your consciousness is most fertile. Use this sacred window to deliberately sow the beliefs, visions, and emotions that align with your highest self. Over time, your consistent mental planting becomes the very fabric of your future. Choose wisely, for what you nurture within will eventually bloom without. Success is not an accident. It is the result of a well-conditioned mind. Achievement is not just effort, but mental preparation. The mind, when trained with discipline and fed with empowering thoughts, becomes a compass that leads straight to success. It is not enough to work hard. One must think with precision, believe with conviction, and imagine with clarity. A well-conditioned mind doesn't waver in the face of setbacks. It sees them as stepping stones. It doesn't wait for motivation. It generates. Just as an athlete trains the body daily, a successful person conditions the mind every morning with focus, gratitude, and vision. Over time, this mental training rewires your habits, influences your choices, and ultimately creates a life that appears to others as lucky or natural. But it is neither. It is designed from within. Repeated thought is the chisel that shapes your destiny. Every thought you think, especially the ones you return to day after day, carves a deeper groove in the mind. Just like a sculptor chiseling away at raw stone to reveal a masterpiece. It is not the occasional thought that transforms a life, but the persistent, repeated ones charged with belief and emotion. These thoughts become beliefs, and those beliefs silently dictate your behavior, your expectations, and your outcomes. If you continuously dwell on lift, begin the day with purpose, or the day will use you for someone else's. If you do not direct your mind the moment you wake, the world will. Without intention, you become reactive, chasing tasks, responding to demands, and fulfilling the agendas of others instead of creating your own. Purpose is the inner command that tells the day who you are and what you came to do. It draws boundaries. It sets priorities. It focuses your energy like a laser. Without it, your time becomes scattered, your attention hijacked, and your potential diluted. But when you rise with a clear intention, when you affirm what matters, what you want, and who you are becoming, you seize control of the hours ahead. You no longer drift, you direct. You no longer respond to life, you lead it. The day becomes your servant, not your master. Begin the day with purpose, or the day will use you for someone else's. If you do not direct your mind the moment you wake, the world will. Without intention, you become reactive, chasing tasks, responding to demands, and fulfilling the agendas of others instead of creating your own. Purpose is the inner command that tells the day who you are and what you came to do. It draws boundaries. It sets priorities. It focuses your energy like a laser. Without it, your time becomes scattered, your attention hijacked, and your potential diluted. But when you rise with a clear intention, when you affirm what matters, what you want, and who you are becoming, you seize control of the hours ahead. You no longer drift, you direct. You no longer respond to life, you lead it. The day becomes your servant, not your master. Thoughts, when fueled by emotion and belief, become commands to reality. A thought alone is like a spark. It has potential, but it needs fuel to ignite real change. A fuel is emotion, and the ignition is belief. When you combine what you think with how deeply you feel it and how fully you believe it, you send out a powerful message to life itself. This message doesn't merely float in your mind. It moves into action, attraction, and manifestation. Your reality begins to rearrange itself to match the energy you hold within. Thoughts backed by emotion create momentum, and belief makes that momentum unstoppable. Whether it's success, abundance, health, or love, what you hold vividly and confidently in your mind and feel is already yours begins to take shape in the world around you. You are not wishing. You are commanding. And reality, by its very nature, obeys. The morning mind is purest. Impress it with your definite vision. In the early hours, before distractions crowd your awareness, your mind is in its most receptive and unguarded state. It is quiet, clear, and open like untouched soil, ready for seeds. This is the golden hour when the subconscious, without resistance, when your thoughts are absorbed with greater intensity and depth, what you think, feel, and focus on in these first moments becomes the blueprint your mind follows throughout the day. If you impress it with fear, the day echoes hesitation. But if you impress it with a clear, definite vision, one that is rich in detail and conviction, you give your mind a target to lock onto, a direction to pursue. Your morning vision should not be vague. It should be exact, filled with feeling, and already claimed in your heart. Because what you impress early, your life begins to express daily. A mind in harmony with success attracts opportunities like a magnet. When your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are aligned with the frequency of success, life begins to respond in kind. Preachy, this alignment is not wishful thinking, it's mental tuning. Just as a radio must be set to the right frequency to receive a clear signal, your mind must be tuned to the feeling of success to recognize and receive its opportunities. When you hold the image of success with unwavering confidence, your subconscious begins filtering your environment to find matches, ideas, people, and situations that align with your inner state. You begin noticing doors that were always there but previously invisible. This is not coincidence. It is the law of resonance at work. The mind, when harmonized with a clear and elevated goal, becomes magnetic. It pulls what is needed toward it, not by force, but by focused presence. You don't chase opportunity. You attract it. The most powerful habit is beginning your day as the person you intend to become. Each morning offers a sacred opportunity to step into your higher self. Not in theory, but in practice. The key is not to wait for success, confidence, or clarity to arrive someday in the future, and some decides, but to embody it now, from the first breath of your day. Ask yourself, if I were already the person I dream of becoming, how would I think? How would I feel? What would I do this morning? Then live the answer. This habit of mentally and emotionally assuming the identity of your future self activates a powerful shift. It teaches your subconscious that this version of Yalak